A lot of you have watched my video on the 3 tips for approaching the blackjack table for your first time, but now that you're sitting down, how do you get up from the table? I'm going to give you 3 tips which will make sure that you're playing like a veteran and everyone at the table will treat you as such. Before we get into it, give me a like and follow so you can stay up to date with all of this content. So now that you've been playing blackjack for a while, and hopefully you've stacked up a ton of chips and now it's time to leave, what is the proper way to get up from the table? Well, first things first, when you decide you're going to leave, pull your chips back from the betting area in front of you to signify that you're going to be dealt out. Now, you can wait for the shoe to complete. Never feel pressure to play if you want to get up. So just pull those chips back and begin the process to exit the table. At this point, the dealer will double check and say, do you want me to deal you out? And you can just say, yes, I'm going to be getting up. Now, when the dealer has finished the current hand, before they start dealing the next hand, take all of your chips and push them to the center of the table beyond the betting area in front of the dealer and politely say, I'm going to be coloring up. At that point, the dealer will take your chips and they will consolidate them down into the smallest number of chips and the largest denominations they can. They do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, the dealer uses the small denomination chips for all the players at the table, so they need to keep the small denominations so that other players can use them. The second reason is because it's easier for them to keep track of how much money is coming in and out of the table. And since we're always using our player's card, they can easily track how much you've won or lost. Now, some people say, oh, I don't want the casino tracking me. They're going to make me lose if I win too much. That's all nonsense. If you're gambling in a casino, everything you're doing is being tracked. You might as well get credit for it, so just get over it. Once the dealer colors up all of your chips, they're going to get approval from the pit boss to make sure that the count is correct and that they can send those chips out to you. You should always double check the count yourself. It's not insulting. I've seen plenty of mistakes before. There's nothing wrong with double checking so that you know the money is correct. And finally, when they push the chips back to you, this is a great time to tip your dealer. If you've been tipping all along, that's great. But if you've had a winning session, this is the perfect catch-all time to make sure that you take care of your dealers. If you follow these 3 steps, it should be smooth sailing from the time you sit down to the time you get up. If you haven't already, give me a like and follow. I love you guys and stay boss.